Hey guys, it's Rebecca. I figured I would come on here and do a live really quick. I have some updates and some questions that I wanted, I guess, to put out to you guys, my subscribers, and find out what you guys want. Now, some of the videos that I've recorded over the past couple of days, even the one that I recorded last night and then did an update for it this morning, they're taking longer to import off my device than normal. I don't know if it's internet speeds or whatever, but for whatever reason, out of the 4 videos on my device, I've got one that finished uploading, and I don't know why that it didn't upload faster. So this is if you want me to do another live tonight and do like a makeup look, right now I'm just kind of bumming it. I was awake until about 6 o'clock this morning. About 4 o'clock this morning is when my migraine finally decided it wanted to go away. And it was in and out most of yesterday. I was just kind of over it. I'm actually running low on migraine pills now because I've had to take so many since Wednesday. So I had to go to Walmart and pick up some stuff so I could make technical Thanksgiving dinner, but we do either a chicken or a roast. Well, we're doing a chicken now this year, so for Yule we'll end up doing a roast. So I had to go to Walmart and pick one of those up because, knowing our local Walmart, they would have been sold out come Tuesday or Wednesday when Dad would want me to go shopping, because we did discuss it. So I got home at like 5 o'clock this morning, unloaded groceries, got ready for bed, laid down, and was kind of awake until about 6 this morning. I slept until noon, so I got about 6 hours of sleep. It wasn't completely uninterrupted, but I did get some sleep. So my brain's feeling better. I don't have as much pressure in here, but it's beautiful outside. It said 68, I think, in the car on the way back from Walmart this morning. So it was 68 degrees. I think it's probably about 78 or 80 out there. The sky is clear. The breeze is nice. It's not too hot or muggy. I mean, it's still warm, but it's not like overpowering warm. So it's beautiful outside. It's like fall should be. I put up some polls on Instagram. If you're not following me on there, I am osp.fl or period, whichever you prefer to use, osp.fl. I asked about nail color because these are the 2 colors that I wore last week. So I pulled out some nail polish. I'm trying to get into using them more. Nail polish on me barely lasts a week. Thankfully, these actually last long enough. So I've got 1 coat of this like periwinkle blue color on, and it really is a shame. I don't even know if I can, let me see if I can zoom in like really close. Yeah, it just looks blue and silver on camera, but in person, this color is like a beautiful like pastel blue. It almost matches my eye color, but there is like pink and green and blue and purple little like things of micro glitter inside the polish, and it's not like a scratchy glitter polish. And it looks like I messed up my pinky and I didn't even realize it. But because it's a glitter polish, I can just put another coat over it and seal it with the top coat, and that little blip right here won't be as noticeable. I'm bad at painting my nails. I paint my nails while I'm at my desk, so I'll just be typing, and I like wait an hour before I touch anything just because I am so horrible at messing my nails up. I can go to the salon and sit underneath those UV lamps for like an hour and still walk out of Walmart, and as soon as I touch my keys or the car or the seatbelt, they're ruined. So I don't bother to do that stuff anymore. Okay, so another thing, and I actually talked to my dad about this yesterday. I see all these people that do my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my roommate, my whatever, guesses the cost of my makeup or cosmetic items, or they do their makeup Now, my dad isn't game for doing makeup. He's not artistic like that. But he said that he might be willing to do a thing where like I pick 10 items or maybe even 15 items and ask him how much he thinks that item would cost, that kind of thing. And you know, other than like in cat videos and stuff, a lot of people haven't really ever seen my dad. And it's funny, I'm 5'9.5" barefoot. My dad comes to like right here on me. So he's very short. He's about 5'4". So I'm 5 inches taller than my dad. And when we go out in public, people think he's like my sugar daddy or something, which is gross, but it's funny. We've actually had to pull out our IDs to prove that yes, this is my father and I'm not his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. So I figured it would be interesting. My dad will be 64 in January. He doesn't look his age. Hell, I don't even think I look almost 40, but it is what it is. I guess age is just a number. It is all in how you feel or your outlook on life. So there's that. And dad is absolutely a cut up. He's so funny. It's not even funny. But we get into like these heated discussions about stuff just about every day. He'll be sitting at his desk and I'll be sitting at my desk and we'll both be playing our video games, and something will either pop into my head or something will pop into his head, and he'll be like, do you know what I heard on the radio today? And we just kind of get into this discussion about stuff. And it's really interesting, the outlook that he has on things versus the outlook I have on things. And it really kind of makes you scratch your head and go, So I think it would be fun to not only have my dad guess the costs of like makeup products and that kind of thing, but even maybe get into like some of the discussion stuff that I've talked about on Twitter, where somebody had put a post up about this girl's hair and had said that because she's not Caucasian, even though I think she's Hispanic, that because she's not black, excuse me, not Caucasian. Because she's not black, she shouldn't wear her hair in braids. And I am a retired cosmetologist. I have done ethnic hair. I have had ethnic people style my hair. Actually, to be honest, I have never had a white/Caucasian person ever cut my hair and it look right or be right without having to have it fixed. I always have to go to somebody who is either of Hispanic descent or black, because of the fact of the texture of my hair. It's very coarse, it's very thick, it's very wiry, it's very difficult to work with, and it's not like I have normal white people hair. Because I'm not technically 100% white, I am part Native American. So I basically have a horsetail. It is a little softer than a horsetail, but I basically have the same type of hair that you would find on a horse or an equine, whichever you prefer, which was kind of nice when I was growing up because I was a horse girl. I loved horses, I rode horses, I worked with horses, I broke horses, I trained horses, I still love horses. I'm horse crazy. And the neighbors have horses, so I still get to see horses every now and again, even though I don't work for them anymore. But my hair reminds me of the mane of a horse or their tail. It's not quite as coarse as that, but it is pretty coarse. So when it gets into hair and the discussion of skin color versus things that are on the outside, like clothing, makeup, hairstyles, why do people put a culture on it? Why do people put a color on it? Why do people put a stigma on it? That pisses me off. That makes me so darn angry, it's not even funny. I have worn cornrows. I have had plaits. I've had various different ways of braids in my hair. I used to camp at least twice a year for Beltane and Samhain, and I would have the girl at the salon that was in the station next to me, who is black, who, by the way, never did a relaxer, doesn't know how to do a relaxer recurl, can't use Marcel's, doesn't know how to do anything other than like braids and stuff like that. She can do micros, she can do, like I said, plaits, cornrows, that kind of stuff. Braiding, whether it's sew-in or glue-in for like weave, she can do that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like chemical treatments for ethnic hair, she doesn't know how to do it. And so I would always end up doing it, because I made sure when I went to cosmetology school, granted I specialized in color, but I can work on anybody's hair, no matter where you're from, no matter what color your skin is, what type of hair you have, I can work on your hair. I was licensed to do everything. Unlike some cosmetologists that they don't even know how to do a relaxer because they never had to do a practical for it. I did my practical for relaxers and recurls and that kind of thing. I wanted the experience. I didn't want to use cholesterol and put it on somebody's hair and act like I was doing the treatment. I wanted to know how long the relaxer worked in the hair, how far to put it away from the scalp, how long to leave it in, what quadrant to start in, where to start first, that kind of stuff. That is what I wanted to learn, and I learned it, and I used it in salon applications. I have worked on every ethnicity on this planet as far as I know. So unless there's some new one that I don't know of, I've worked on all different types of races, all different types of hair, and people are people to me. They're human. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what your culture is, what your religion is, what color your skin is, hair, any of that. It doesn't matter to me. You are people. You're human just like I am. And there's no difference between you and me other than how we think. Now, granted, some people are a little off the wall on that, but that is how I perceive people. I don't look at somebody's skin and be like, oh, well, they're this kind of person. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is what's in their heart and what's in their head. That is how I perceive a person. Whether they're male or female or trans or bi or straight or whatever. What matters to me is what is in their heart and what is in their mind, because that literally should be all that matters about a person, not the outer packaging. Oh, this is a really pretty eyeshadow palette. It's, you know, got all this beautiful gold and shiny, and if you open it up and it's the most boring thing in the world, no mirror, plastic, cheap shadows, that kind of thing, the outside doesn't matter at all. At all. What matters is what's on the inside. And that's what we should remember when dealing with other people, is that what matters is what's on the inside, not the ooh shiny packaging on the outside. So that's my rant for right now. Back to the hair braid thing. I can cornrow my own hair. Actually, when I braid like a black girl. I braid with raised braids. Even when I French braid hair, I braid with raised braids. I always have. When I'm braiding somebody else, I can braid with non-raised braids. But when I'm braiding my own hair, I braid with raised braids, which makes me, I guess you could consider that cultural appropriation, because I am braiding like an ethnic person would, or wearing, I just do a bigger braid. I'm wearing something that would be considered ethnically charged or whatever. Go away. So the other idea that I had is I don't have that many eyeshadow palettes. I have a few, but I don't own a lot. So what I wanted to do was like comparison swatches minus the two really big BH Cosmetics palettes that I have. I want to do like comparison swatches for the other palettes and be like, okay, you can get this palette from this place for this much money and it has these shades in it, Or you can get this palette from this place for this much money, and it has these same shades or similar shades to it, and you're going to get the exact same or similar looks out of X palette versus Y palette. So that is something that I was thinking of doing. I'm not sure if people would be interested in that, because what I would be doing is swatches, and I might even do like some live segments of it, because I own 8 palettes now, 9 if you count the new one I just got. And again, this wouldn't be counting the BH Cosmetics, the 99 color palette or the 120 color palette, or the single eyeshadows that I own. I wouldn't be taking into consideration those at all, because that's just a hell of a lot of shadows. And I actually did a breakdown where I swatched all of my palettes, and I did a finger swatch and a brush swatch on a piece of paper for each of the palettes that I had. Now granted, I have the new Milani palette and I have the new CoverGirl palette that I just recently picked up that are not swatched in that little booklet that I've got. But I did swatch them because I noticed that when people do swatches, they do them on their skin, which is perfectly okay. But not everybody's got the same skin color as the next person, because you've got all these varying shades of skin color. And on top of the varying shades, you have different undertones. So I might do a swatch on my skin, but I'm considered fair with a warm undertone. So doing swatches on my skin isn't going to show somebody that is a medium skin tone that is cool what it really looks like on the skin. So I figured the next best thing would be to, oh, my arms are getting tired, to actually swatch it on something that's like a neutral background, like a white piece of paper. And I know it's probably like I'm yelling at the mic because I'm really close to it right now. But when your hair's this long, your arms get tired. My arms really are tired. They're starting to hurt. Nothing like lactic acid buildup. I'm almost to the end. And this isn't going to be perfect. I didn't brush my hair out. I didn't section it properly. I didn't do like a bazillion and one things to it to make the sides smooth or the braid pretty or anything like that. I just want to show you an example. Now, I just braided my hair as a French braid. But if you look, my braid is raised. It's not, it doesn't fold in like most people would have for a braid. My braid sticks out on top. Which, if you want to talk about cultural appropriation, I just did a black braid in my hair. I'm sorry, but I've never been able to figure out how to braid my hair the other way. I've always braided my hair like this. I've always braided it raised. I honestly, my mom used to try and teach me how to braid my hair the other way, where it doesn't stick up. But you know, when you do it like this, it's nice and smooth on the sides. When you do it the other way, you can see all the different gather spots. I don't know, I've never been able to braid my hair any different than this. So if my braid offends somebody, then you go jump off a cliff. I'm serious. I'm so over it. Okay, so if I do the palette comparison, and again, I'm leaving out the singles. This would include the Zodiac, the Makeup Revolution, the Mattes one, the Coastal Scents Revealed 2, the CoverGirl one that I think is garbage, the two Milani palettes, the Pure Passions and Bold Obsessions, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and the two Maybelline nudes, which I do not recommend these either. That's why I've used them since I got them, but they're such muted colors. They barely show up in the skin, especially on me, and I'm fair, and some of these colors just like don't even show up. It's like, why spend 20 minutes doing eye makeup when you're not going to be able to see it? Anyways, oh, and the James Charles palette will be here tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing a live stream and literally doing official live swatches. So you figure if I'm streaming live, you can watch what I do, when I do, how I do for the palette. Because, you know, I keep seeing these recorded videos where people are like, oh, well, I live swatched that palette. No, you didn't. You recorded that. Which I understand how that works. They recorded it and then they put it up, but it's not considered a live swatch, and don't call it a live swatch when you are not live streaming, to show people that you didn't cut anything out. You didn't get your finger, your brush wet, that you didn't lick your finger like, ew, Kim Kardashian. But you know, I was thinking that I would do actual live swatches, so not only you could see how they apply and how they remove. I do have these little like microfiber makeup wipes. This is from Always Off. I got them on Amazon in a 3-pack. I've got one that needs to be washed right now. That one I just used yesterday, I think. So I left it out last night dry. Anyway, so that is my diatribe, my rant, my pet peeves, I guess you could say, for the day. Had the videos uploaded last night through my device like they were supposed to, I would have a video going up at 5, but alas, technology can be a pain in the butt sometimes. So I will see you guys in another video. Hopefully you enjoyed this like a rant, chit chat, whatever video. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get back to 100 subscribers or followers on there. I did have like 4,000 followers on Instagram, but I deleted off inactive people that didn't follow me, and ghost accounts, and I got rid of like 4,500 people. So I'm trying to like rebuild my Instagram, and it is osp.fl. I also have a Twitter account, which is osp_fl, or you can just look for my name, Rebecca Lynn Oberstedt. So I will see you guys in another video. Well, this is a live stream, so if you like the live streams and you like me doing them like midday-ish and then still possibly posting a video, then leave a comment for that as well. I will leave polls up in the card. I do leave polls and cards in every video and live stream that goes up on my channel. Feel free to click the little I at the very top. It'll be like up here, and it'll be a little circle with an I, a lowercase I in it. Click that and it'll actually have like a little pull down menu with like recommended videos, and there's polls, and sometimes I put links to other people's channels and stuff in there. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day or night wherever you are.